Hi, this is Rick again with EDU Mobile. All right, optionals. Here we go. You can see that I have declared raining here to be of optional Boolean type. I can check to see if raining is equal to nil with an optional bool. I cannot check if this is not an optional. Notice that if I do this, I get a compile time error, and that error says cannot invoke equal or the comparison operator equal with an argument list of type value bool and then literal nil. Okay, so I must declare, if I'm going to try and check raining against nil to see if it is unassigned, I must declare this to be of optional bool, not bool. Now I can do this, and I can say if raining is equal to nil, I can go ahead and assign it the value of true. When I print this, I will get it is optional true that it is raining. And that's what I see here. It is optional true that it is raining. Well, I would like to see it is true that it is raining. So there's a couple of ways to do this. The first way is to explicitly unwrap raining, and that would be done by saying it is raining bang that it is raining. And if I run this, I'll see it is true that it is raining. This is much better. This works with ints, with floats, with doubles, with unsigned 32-bit integers. It doesn't matter. So if you don't want to see it is optional true that it is raining, then that's what you do. All right, but what happens if we try to use raining before we assign it? So let's go ahead and do this. Now we have raining bool. It is optional, or it is raining bang that it is raining. Doesn't complain at all, does it? Should work. Let's try. Fatal error. Unexpectedly found nil while unwrapping an optional value. This is an instance where the error actually tells you what you did wrong. It's very clear from this error what was wrong. What is wrong? Well, this is an explicit unwrap of raining. And when we try to explicitly unwrap a optional type that is nil, we get an error. It's fatal. It will crash you. Don't do it. Okay, so that's one way to do it. We know that. Let's try the other way. What would be the other way? Well, the other way would be this. Now, let's try this again. It is nil that it is raining. All right, that's better. And of course, we would do something to make sure that it wasn't nil, that it was raining. This unwraps, and of course, it's saying, when I encounter this in code, when I encounter raining in code, unwrap it. So now we should get, it is true that it is raining. Okay. Of course, it might be sunny. And in that case, we can make our default assignment. If it doesn't already exist, it is false that it is raining. Or, if we reverse the logic, it is true that it is sunny. Okay, so we can be as silly as we want, but the point is here, if we do the optional this way, then this statement will say it is optional true, or optional false in this case, that it is raining. However, if we do this, this will say it is false that it is raining. However, if this assignment isn't made, we try to unwrap an optional that is nil. We try to explicitly unwrap an optional that is nil. We get an error. Okay, so everyone sees that, and I hope that that's very clear. Let's go on and take a look at something else. This is kind of the same thing, except in this case, we're using if let to perform optional binding. So let's go ahead and comment this first example out so we can continue. Well, first of all, we need raining back. So let's say var raining is a bool of optional type, or bool optional type. So now we're checking to see if let is raining equal raining. This would mean that I assigned raining to is raining, and the evaluation was that there was something to be assigned. It was not nil. Of course, we know this is untrue at this point because raining is nil. It's of optional nil type. But in this case, this if let is saying, is there raining and is it not nil? And if that is true, we go ahead and do whatever we're going to do. But we can't reverse the logic. We can't say, for example, if not, if not let is raining equal raining, because now it complains all over the place. It says that expected expression in a let if condition, it won't let you do this. And I have tried many different ways to do this. If we want to do this, just go ahead and check if raining equals nil and do it this way. We can't reverse the logic, but this effectively reverses the logic. By the way, we could have said if raining not equal nil and reversed this logic as well. So I hope that makes sense. And we'll see many examples going forward where we can't actually reverse the logic. If let is one statement, if let, not if, and then an assignment to a constant. So if let is raining is equal to raining, then this optional bool type has a value that is not nil. Otherwise, we want to go ahead and set up raining. We want to assign raining here. So we can then print out, and this should print, it is false that it is raining. It is optional false that it is raining, right? Because we're not explicitly unwrapping it. So it is optional false that it is raining. So let's do a little bit of implicit unwrapping, and now we'll see it is false that it is raining. Okay, so far so good. Now what happens if we assign raining before we get to this point? Raining equal true. There we go. Now, if let is raining equal raining evaluates to true, because raining does have a non-nil value. So we print this, or we run it again, and we see it is true that it is raining. Even though we did nothing here, we're doing it here. Okay? We can also get the value of is raining and print that out as well, because the assignment is implicitly unwrapped. Raining evaluates to true, not optional true, but true, because we're implicitly unwrapping raining. The unwrapping is implied. Implied, implicit, implied, implicit. Stick that in your head. Explicit unwrapping is when we put the bang, as we did here, in wherever it is we want to unwrap the variable. Implicit unwrapping, the unwrapping is implied in the declaration of the variable. Now, of course, we can do this as well. So this is a first look at optionals. And as we go on through learning Swift and learning to code in iOS using Swift, we'll see many more examples of optionals. Thank you very much.